Hey, what can you just tell us about what happened with Zion?
Right now, we know his left leg soreness, and he's going to get some imaging on it tomorrow, and we'll figure out more. That's the report that I got back. I haven't talked to him or anything like that, but we'll see how we feel. We'll see what happens tomorrow when we get the results back.
You know if it was a knee, a foot?
I couldn't tell. I don't know if it was a knee, foot. So once tomorrow, I'm sure I'll have more of an update of what's going on with him.
There's a ton of swings in that game. I mean, what are just your emotions coming down from it?
Obviously, tough loss for us. The guys battled. I'm extremely proud of that group, how they fought. They hung in there, and we got back in the game by just simply upping our physicality, keeping them out of our paint, and being scrappy. We fell short in the end, and that's the disappointing part. But we got to feel this one tonight and regroup and get ready for another one.
I mean, just a monster Zion game. How tough was it not to have him those last 3 minutes after what he did?
It was tough. It was tough to see him go down. We're all praying and hoping that he's okay, but he was battling. He was going, and the team was right there with him. So it's tough. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there.
And Willie didn't use BI much late down the stretch. What kind of went into that decision?
I just liked the group that was on the floor at the time, and BI is still getting back. He's still finding his rhythm. So I didn't want to force the issue, and I liked the group that was going. They had some momentum going there.
And did you see when the Zion injury happened? Was it when he made the basket over AD, or was it something that happened after?
I think it was that. I think he drove to the basket and something happened as far as the injury, but I once again, I don't know exactly what it was and when he did it, but it looked like it was at that moment.
And obviously for it to end like that was disappointing, but just what was really special about the way he performed tonight, scoring 40, in his first postseason appearance?
He was fantastic. He settled into the game. He just continued to attack. He found seams. He rebounded the ball. He played fast. And when he's attacking like that, he's a tough matchup for anybody. And, we have him for a few more minutes. Maybe we have a chance to pull this thing out.
And obviously he had it going pretty much the whole night, but what do you think they did to make it difficult for basically everybody else to score?
They're a good defense. They pressure you. They funnel everything to Davis in the paint. LeBron is sagging off playing kind of free safety. So they do a good job, that tandem, of making you take tough shots. But once we got stops, once we upped our physicality, now the pressure was on them. We had them on their heels offensively, and we were getting out in transition and attacking.
Willie, what's kind of your message to the team after a loss like that?
The same that I said here. It's a tough loss. We're all going to feel this tonight, but we're all proud of our group and how they fight. They battle to the end, and we made our adjustments. We responded in the right way. We just came up short.
The biggest lead tonight was 18. The group that was out there with Jose. Can you speak to his game tonight and the way he was able to kind of change the game for you guys?
I mean, you guys saw his impact on the floor. Jose is a fierce competitor. Every time he steps on the floor, practice, game, it doesn't matter. He's going to give me everything he got. He gives his teammates everything he has, and he's a gamer. He loves big-time moments.
At the end of the game there, they know you need a three, so they're trying to run you off the line. What's your general take on that quick two, taking what you got versus knowing you need a three and getting the three up?
Well, we were down 4, right? So down 4 with 14 seconds left. We're trying to extend the game, hoping that they miss a free throw. So we're going for a quick 2, try to go for a steal, jump ball, foul, and kind of in that order. We couldn't get to a steal or a jump ball, so we fouled immediately, but they made their free throws. And, we try to go for another quick 2, more free throws. So you're trying to extend the game as long as you can to give yourself an opportunity. Hopefully they miss one. Now you can get a 3 up.
You guys kind of had a complete 180, and you were the one who dominated the Lakers in the paint, yet they almost shot twice as many free throws as you. Just talk about how you think about the physicality of the game was not was called, without getting in trouble.
I don't feel like we've gotten a great whistle all season. That's how I feel when I watch the games. We're one of the teams that dominate the paint night in and night out. We have a physical dominant force in Zion, along with others, and it just seems like we're not getting those calls. All right, thank you.
You were, a big part of y'all getting back into that one late in the third. Just what do you think allowed you guys, I guess, to get a little traction there and make it a game in the fourth?
Getting stops. I think that's really what it was. If you don't get stops, it's hard to really come back into a game. And third quarter, we started getting stops, started hitting shots, started playing a lot faster. And I think that's what turned it around for us during that game.
Yeah, and how tough was it to just see you not be able to play the last 3 minutes after, having the incredible game that he had?
It's tough, obviously. And especially with all the work he's put in this season. This is a career high in games he's played his entire career. And, you wish the best for him. And definitely sucks.
Hey, Trey, Willie's always talking about, like, turning the page after tough losses and facing adversity and all that, but what's kind of the mindset going into what's a do-or-die game on Friday?
Win. That's all it is win. Nothing else really to say about it. Just win the game.
Did you see what happened on the Zion play?
Not necessarily. I mean, I saw him go for the layup, and then also I just saw him, like, jog back a little bit, like hobble a little bit. Other than that, I didn't see anything else.
Just in general, like when you guys started making that run, that group you had out there, Jose, yourself, Larry, Zion, Herb, just kind of similar to what a lot of those lineups looked like last year when you were at the top of the West, in December making those runs. Just do you feel like you were recapturing some of the pace and like the physicality y'all play with as you did last year?
Yeah, I think Jose came in and changed the pace as well as Z. I mean, we were able to rebound and just get out and run in transition. That's one of our best offenses when we have guys running in transition. Me and her, we sprint the lanes and three-point lines, pretty well. And then Jose and Z try to find us, and so that's really all it is.
Just one thing Larry mentioned in his post-game interview is that you guys play much better when the ball moves a lot. It doesn't really stick. You don't play well when it's slow down basketball. Just what do you make of that, and how do you get the team to continue to play with that pace over 48 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, just in general with basketball, like more than likely you're going to be able to break down a defense if you're able to move the ball. And so for us, especially with the makeup of our team, when we're moving the ball, it makes it a lot easier and a lot more open space for Z because, I mean, a lot of times he has the ball in his hand. And, if you got to put guys around him that can space the floor. So, if we're stagnant, they're able to load up on us, and really any NBA team can guard stagnant offense.
Trey, last week you guys went to Sacramento and Golden State and got 2 wins on a back-to-back night. Can you draw anything from that to Friday's game? Because you're going to face either one of those two teams.
A little bit. You can definitely look at the film, but it's a do-or-die game. They're definitely going to, whoever we play, they're going to come in with the mentality that it could be their last game of the season, so they're going to play as hard as they can. So obviously you can look at the film, but you just got to be prepared for a dogfight.
Can you, in general, just talk about Zion's performance and just kind of how he was taking over in the fourth quarter and just really seemed unstoppable there?
Yeah, no, he just really took on the personal challenge. Rebounding the ball, playing defense, being in lanes, and then scoring the ball at a high level. 40 points, 10 rebounds in whatever span of time he played in, which wasn't a full game. That's pretty impressive. So obviously wanted him to finish the game, but we understand the circumstances of what happened.
Trey, what did the Lakers do to take your shooters, yourself, CJ, the rest of the guys out until you guys found something in the fourth quarter? But what happened before that point?
I mean, no, honestly, I think we just missed a lot of shots. Like, I was short on really every single miss that I had. CJ was also short. It just happens. I don't think it was too much of what they were doing. I think it was more so on us and our offense and, just trying to generate good looks. That's it. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Trey.
Yeah, what do you think allowed you guys to get some traction there late in the third quarter and make that a game in the fourth quarter?
Our guys coming off the bench were great. They played with energy. They got out and ran in transition. They got some easy baskets, some threes. Obviously, Z was great, getting downhill, putting pressure on the rim, finishing. creating crowds, and I think a lot of that was the difference. Stops, not fouling, those types of things allowed for the game to change.
It was like watching Zion, Sunday, tough day for him, come back and do what he did today for Italy.
Yeah, that's what great players do. Good mental toughness, coming back, figuring out how he could be more impactful, figuring out how he could be more efficient, and got to his spots. He did whatever he wanted tonight, finished well around the basket, got to the free throw line, hit a jumper or two. It was a really good game for him, from start to finish, and unfortunately he ended up having to leave the game early.
Yeah, I mean, what'd you see around that 3-minute mark when he really got out?
I didn't really see. I seen him finish and then kind of come off the court, and they just told me to go in for him. And I didn't know the extent of what may have happened.
I mean, just how tough is it to see that, knowing just how much that's been a narrative around him and being able to stay healthy, for the majority
I
of
mean,
the
this
season.
is an unfortunate situation. He's having a great game. We're getting down the stretch of a highly important game where he's dominating and leaving his imprint in all phases, and ends up having to leave the game early. But it's just an unfortunate situation, and I don't know what happened or the extent of it, but hopefully he's back soon.
And for you personally, was it just a matter of just shots that you usually make not going in tonight, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think you credit them. They played had a good defensive game plan. Wasn't a lot of. I mean, I had like three good looks that I think I should have made that I just left short. But they did a good job of being up in coverages. Showing crowds. I got to be better. I got to be more efficient. If I played a better game tonight, we end up winning. But we still had a chance, in spite of my performance, to win the game, and we just didn't.
Just what type of challenge you think is for BI right now, trying to get back in the flow after being out for a while and just trying to get back, in games like this?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You're coming off an injury, right into playoff atmosphere against a team who has championship aspirations in the Lakers. It's a tough environment. It's a tough situation, but he's mentally tough. And, he'll figure it out and continue to battle and put himself in position to be successful, and that's what he's done throughout his career. And, for us as a team, we got to continue to adjust and figure out, how to be more effective, especially to start games.
Does it help having 2 days off to help flush this one, to kind of get ready for Friday?
I think the rest is important for us. We've been playing a lot of minutes in the last month. We've been playing a lot of games, and, games that are, impactful in terms of standings, the last month or so. So the sense of urgency is there, the physicality is there, the pace, all those things. So it's nice to be able to get some rest.
CJ, how helpful is it the fact that you went to Sacramento, you went to Golden State, and you beat them on their home court, and that was on a back-to-back, because you're going to face one of those teams?
I mean, I don't really think it matters. It's nice to get those wins. It would have been nice to get in the playoffs and not have to worry about it. But you just got to turn the page now. It's going to be a new game, whoever we're playing. It'll be a new opportunity in front of us, and that'll be the win and get in for us.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys have been in these winner-go-home playing games before. What's the mentality got to be going into that game on Friday?
I think just sense of urgency, game plan discipline, and really just focusing on ourselves. Every team is good that's left. Every team has a chance to do special things once they get into the playoffs. And for us, it's just about executing, defending at a high level, making sure that we, push tempo, and really just take advantage of all of our talents. I think that's what it comes down to. The stakes are the stakes. It is what it is. But for us, I think we just got to control what we can control, which is preparation and doing what we've done our whole lives to get to this point.
It seemed like Coach Green wanted to roll with the unit that was making a run towards the end of the stretch before Z got hurt. I know as a competitor, you probably want to be out there, but in general, like, what are your emotions when you're seeing like a run taking place?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to be out there. Like, this is what I've been doing since I was a kid. You know what I mean? So you always want to be out there, but, they were doing great. They were rolling. They were able to get us back into the game. And as a professional, you just have to play your role and be ready, whatever that means. And unfortunately, Z ends up going out, and, I had to go back in and try our best to try to close the game out, and we came up short. But I think for us, it's just about doing whatever it takes to win, whatever that means.
At the end of the game, and you're kind of like down 4, and it's like only 14 seconds left or so. What's the general philosophy in terms of you just kind of take what the defense gives you?
Yeah, the first one was a quick 2 for sure. It was enough time to get a quick 2. The second one, I was trying to get a 3 off, but AD was beyond the level. I mean, he probably would have blocked it, so I couldn't get the shot off. Not a lot of space, around half court, sideline, defender. So I passed to Larry, he laid it up, and, you know, in those situations, you want to score as fast as possible and hope they miss a free throw, and they didn't miss any free throws down the stretch. So tough way to go out.
Thank you, CJ.